Everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at my 2010 Camaro SS with the LS3 engine and how I've enjoyed this short ownership experience here with the Camaro and why I actually love this vehicle. So I bought this car on kind of a whim, as I used to have a 2007 Pontiac Solstice GXP 5-speed turbocharged powertrain. Very, very nice, very cool, very fun. But it was far too similar of an experience to my Corvette, and the experience was about 1/10 of what the Corvette was. So I thought, you know what? I've always secretly wanted a Camaro, but just couldn't get myself to pull the trigger on it because I do have this beautiful Challenger SRT8, which is an awesome, awesome muscle car. And I ended up finding this Camaro on Facebook Marketplace. It had a rebuilt title. The right side, the passenger side, was beat up on it, and no airbags went off. But otherwise a very clean car. So the gentleman who I bought it from does body work, and he did it himself. Pretty trustworthy. I knew him through some mutual buddies from around here where I live, and I was very happy once I saw the car. But with that being said, the paint is far from perfect, as you can see. So there is still some paint work, some paint correction that still needs to be done. But I've always wanted a Camaro, especially with the 6-speed Tremec, because that's such an awesome, awesome powertrain in this beast of a vehicle. And you really can't go wrong with it. I absolutely love it. As you can see, the new iPhone camera picks up all the imperfections very, very well here. Better than the eye does, honestly. And overall, though, 41,000 miles. Super impressed with it. Super happy with how it drives. I love these General G-Max AS07 tires. They seem to fit the Camaro very, very well for what it is. And it has such a sleek and really good retro design to it. Not quite as good as a Challenger, but it blends retro with modern seamlessly together. And out back here, we do have a MBRP Armor Light exhaust system, which once we get in the car, sounds very, very cool. And I'm just impressed. I'm impressed with the exterior of the car. This is a 2SS RS package. So we get leather seats, completely loaded except for the sunroof and the heads-up display, which is okay on my part. If I do any, if I do any track work, it's going to be with the Corvette and not with the Camaro. So not a huge letdown there. And overall, very, very happy with the Camaro. So let's hop in here, take it for a spin, and wrap up this one season review. All right, so setting off in the Camaro here. This is, it is just a phenomenal place to spend some time. And I have put on, since I bought the vehicle, I have put on 821 miles. I bought it in August, and it's been really good driving. Now, I did kind of expect when I bought it here that I would have some issues, and the seller knew that too. So I had to replace a power steering pump, and that was along with the cabin air filter and just the regular air filter. I don't have a cold air intake on this yet. I'll probably look over the winter time to get something on it, but it's fast. Let's just put it that way. This is super fast. And for 2010, this must have felt like a rocket. In today's world, this is adequately fast. And as a manual car, it really just adds to the experience. I was just in a Mercedes-Benz CLA 35 AMG, which was a very fun car, and probably about as fast, in terms of 0-60 time, probably about as fast as this, and probably honestly around the same speed as in the quarter mile, but this just feels so much faster because of the fact that A, it's a manual, and B, you actually have some engine character with an LS3 V8. You can't beat the LS engine series. I'm a firm believer in that. After owning now almost every Hemi you can, well, I've been owned / driven every Hemi you can drive, and I've driven 2 LSs and 1 LT engine, and I have to say, you know, the LS doesn't have the character of the Hemi by any means, but the power delivery is very good, and it's just got that low-end grunt that the Hemi just doesn't quite have as much. Now, we're comparing, you know, very slight, minute differences, but in the Camaro with an exhaust, this is the perfect setup. This 5th gen is in between a precise machine and a muscle car. So a pony car, that's what it's called. It's in between the sports car and the muscle car. And the LS engine really fits that lineup. It really fits that vehicle so well, the pony car in general. And I'm super impressed. I've been averaging almost 20 miles per gallon in my ownership, and I don't drive this car lightly. So, I mean, right there, I don't really care what I get for MPGs, but right there, I mean, that's already a pretty good sign. No cylinder deactivation. It's just a wonderful place to spend time. Now, these seats definitely are some of the more comfortable seats I've been in. The only knock that I have against them, there's no lumbar control. So this is a top trim, and I don't have any lumbar on any side of me. So that is a little bit of a bummer. Also, the passenger seat only has, which is very odd, you would think it would be the other way around. But the passenger seat only has, here we go. Listen. Oh, God, jeez. I mean, there's just power. All the way up to red line, there is power. It's crazy. But nonetheless, here, you would think that the seats would be, especially the passenger, would be manual tilt, but power seat. But it's the other way around. And that is just very weird, but my God bless America. God bless America. This is awesome. But going back to the interior comfort here, it is really a great place to spend time. It's big, and when you're driving it, it's still under 4,000 pounds. I love when not to get off on a tangent, but I love when I get on the YouTube and watch some of these reviews and talk about how this car was heavy, or the Challenger was heavy, or the Charger was heavy, the Corvette is heavy, and now we have Porsche 911s that are above 4,000 pounds. So I just, you know, the professional reviewers out there, it's all about how it's set up suspension-wise. Yes, the weight is there, but if you have good suspension, then it is truly a light car. And this car, when you're driving it, honestly feels pretty light. Even the Challenger feels light. But again, I drive trucks, I drive SUVs, I drive a bunch of everything. When you go from a truck to any sort of sports car, it's automatically going to feel lighter. But I get a crack up that when watching, even today in some reviews, people calling this a heavy car, the 5th gen Camaro. I laugh at that. 3,700 pounds is not heavy in today's world of vehicles. But interior comfort, very nice. Rear seats here, this seat is all the way back, so of course there's no leg room. But sitting behind myself here, I think at 5'7", I could get behind myself here and be comfortable for, you know, a 45 or hour road trip, 45-minute or hour road trip, something like that. You know, I'm not going to take this cross country. If I'm taking this cross country, it's going to be me and my wife. I'm not taking anybody in the back. But here's the positive about the Camaro. You could fit a car seat back there, something you cannot do in the Corvette. And this is almost as fun to drive as the Corvette, in my opinion. I absolutely love spending time in here. The steering is typical GM at its best. A tad bit of numbness on center, not a ton, but as soon as you turn in, it turns in sharp. And when you are in a corner, which none of us are really likely going to take this car, this 2SS with the 1RS package, to the track, you know, you're going to get an SS1LE, even in the 5th gen, maybe a ZL1, you could still really corner and take some curves and some back roads with this Camaro. Turn in is really good. There is a hint of understeer, of course, because it's a front engine, big rear wheel drive coupe, so you're going to deal with some understeer, but honestly not a lot. And if you get some good rubber on this Camaro, then you're going to have that happen less and less. So I think, especially for these northern Wisconsin roads, which are awful, this is perfect. It's sprung really nice. The Bilstein suspension is fixed, and it is great. I love getting into a car that has fixed suspension and can handle everything. Very few cars out there can do that, and this is one of them. I absolutely love it. The same cannot be said for my Challenger with a Bilstein suspension setup. And for that reason, I absolutely love driving the Camaro. And sight lines here are what they are. I mean, I guess I don't have any issue with this. If you're a taller dude, yeah, you're going to have some issues, but this is no different than this is better than being in my Solstice, just about as good as my Challenger, and as good as my Corvette. So I really don't have any issues with the sight lines here. But nonetheless, here, again, I knew I had to stick some money into it. I've stuck about $1,500 into it because of that power steering pump and some engine filters, stuff like that, oil change, blah, blah, blah. So I knew that was going to happen. It is what it is. Am I still very happy that I bought this? Yes, because I know it's going to be a car that I'm going to hold on to for a while, because A, I bought it for so cheap. I barely got money into it. The tires are good. It gets looks wherever you go. And the LS3, you just cannot beat the LS3. I don't like the 6th gen Camaro as much as I like the 5th gen. So I think if I were to upgrade, I would upgrade to a ZL1 or an SS1LE. But that's this would be my last car I would upgrade in my fleet, because I truly like it. If I was going to upgrade anything, it would be my Corvette into a C7 Corvette. So nonetheless, I do like driving the Camaro, and my one season of ownership has been really good so far. Of course, I haven't barely put any miles on it, but I have driven it relatively a lot in the time that I bought the vehicle. In the few months that I've owned it, it has been absolutely wonderful. And I enjoy spending time in this. If I had unlimited amount of money, I'd go out and buy one of these as a daily driver and just drive it all around, because it's practical, it's usable, it's fun to drive, it's reliable. Pretty much everything you want out of a sports car is the Camaro. And I have to really respect this vehicle as much as I respect my Challenger, honestly. I was never a GM fan a couple years ago, and when I got into my Chevy Volt, oddly enough, I really started to enjoy excuse me, GM vehicles. And once I got into performance cars and tried a few of those out, they really are great performance cars. When GM wants to do something, they do it right. When they want to make a performance car, they do it right. C6 Corvette, this Camaro SS, my Solstice GXP, C7 Corvette. You know, when they want to do something right, they do it right. So with that being said, my 1 year or 1 season of driving with this has been great. And really, any of you out there looking for a 5th gen, you can find a clean title example of one of these for $20,000. Fairly easy with decently low miles. And need I remind you, LS2, LS3 engines are known for their longevity, and that's why so many people swap these engines. So I have no problems if I wanted to keep this car to 200,000 miles, which will never happen, I could do that and I would have no issue with it. Same with my Corvette with the LS2. LS2, LS3, great engines, but there's a reason why this LS3 engine is the best V8 that GM ever made. So with that being said, guys, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.